Welcome to Tiffy's Quilting. I'm welcome to Trina's Quilting Live. With this going to sew. With this going to go online. Today, there's a clock up there, guys. This if we have okay.
Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my Quilting Life. Today is Sunday the 20th of September? Yeah, September. Oh my goodness, the year is almost over. Anyway, so today we're here because it's Sunday and we're gonna sew. And I still have a migraine. And this adds to it. And I can't turn my head that way. I have to actually turn my whole body because now I'm having neck problems. Oh, so sad. You guys see the sarcasticness in there? Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm going to get this going over here on this other screen. Let's make sure that it's going good. Okay, so we have Phyllis. Hi, Phyllis. We got Nita says hello. Tiffany and friends. Karen says hello. Tiffany, hope you're having a good day. Well, not really, but we're going to pretend I am with a smile on my face. Let's see, we got Linda Marin's here. She says, good evening all. We got Jim here. He says hello. Vicky says hello. We got Kim here, says, hey, Tiffany, hi, everyone. We got Mary here, says, hi, everyone. We got Kathy, hi, Tiffany, and hello, everyone. So, while everybody is joining, I'll just go through some life, I guess, while we have people joining. So I still have a migraine and it's now been, hey, don't touch that. When I say don't touch something, come over here and stand with Tiffy, please.
No.
Now?
No.
Anyway, I have a very not wanting to listen 5-year-old in here. Come over and say hi to everybody, please. They want to say hi to you.
No, I don't want to say hi.
Then why are you in my room? It's been over a month since I've had a migraine and now it's progressed to severe, like it already had neck pain, but now it's severe neck pain. So I can't turn my head that way. I can turn this way, but it's straining it really, really bad.
Look at this.
Put it over there. Those are the pile of fixed clothes. So it's a good thing I have a turny chair because the turny chair allows me to turn my body. I haven't really been doing any sewing because my head hurts and all the lights in here kind of make it worse, but I'm pretty sure I can deal for as long as I make the video like I have been doing. I know, it's horrible. But anyway, yeah, so I'm still dealing with that. This week I have 2 doctor's appointments, plus I need to call another doctor because the neck problem got worse. So it's like whatever's happening is just going to keep happening. And it's quite annoying that it's happening. All right, where are we? Where were we? We said Kathy was here. So we got Pauline here, says hello, Tiff and everyone. Let's see. We got Susie's here from northern New York in the woods and off the grid. Well, welcome, Susie. It's nice to have a new person here. We got Lynetta here saying hi to everyone. Vicky's updating everyone. Her husband is still in the hospital.
Hi.
And I'm buffering here. I'm not buffering there, so maybe it's the double stream thing. Let's see. Karen says, sucks, you're sorry you hurt it. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just getting worse. It's not getting better, but I'm learning to live with it. I've tried all sorts of weird things. I've tried all sorts of weird combinations of medications, combinations of massage, and I don't know what else to do. I'm at a loss. And like for a couple days, I started thinking, well, maybe it's vasodilators. For some of you who are probably in the medical field or know what a vasodilator is, it's a medication that causes blood flow to be better. Well, I thought, well, maybe my brain was getting too much blood or causing the headache, or maybe it was the opposite of vasodilators, which is whatever, the other kind that constricts it. So I spent hours upon hours looking at all of my medications, thinking, what medications cause more blood flow, what cause less blood flow. So far, there's only 2 pills that cause anything to cause blood flow or heart rate to go up to cause more blood flow that would cause a headache. And I went off of those just to see, you know, without the doctor's advice, because I could care less right now at this point. I'm my own advocate. And yeah, nothing changed. I still hurt and I'm getting worse. So I don't know what else to do. I'm at one of those big things in my brain going, what should I do? What shouldn't I do? Who should I consult? Who shouldn't I consult? Should I take myself out of town to a different doctor? I mean, those thoughts just are rolling through my head, so I don't even know what to do. Where was I? Everyone's still saying hi. Hi, Sherry from Fishers, Indiana. Welcome. Hi, Marlene. Marlene says hi to all. Hi, Tony says hi to everybody. Sorry to hear that you're suffering so much. I completely yeah, Lynette, I don't have any idea what's going on. My head just is killing me. Hi, Diane. She says hi. Tiff, sorry I'm late. You're not late. Just getting started. Haven't even told you guys what I'm doing besides what it says in the description of this video. Which helps you best, heat, pack, or ice? Actually, I've been doing heat and ice, alternating, and at the same time, I'll put heat on the back of my neck. I'll lay on the heating pad on the pillow, like in like the form of my neck, and then put an ice pack on my head, and then 15 minutes later, I swap it in a hurry. That's like that's the most easing kind of thing I get. 15-20 minutes of just whatever, but loud noises, lights, all that is still a bother. So, and with the side right here killing me, I don't know. I have a feeling it's these lymph nodes that are in my throat, and I think they're just all in my head, and that's probably what it is. So we'll see when I get a hold of the doctor. I was having lots of migraines, and I found out it was Splenda. Well, I don't use that, and I don't really eat much sugary stuff. I ate some candy the other day on a video, but I don't really eat much sugary. I eat a lot of salad and ham. That's pretty much my diet lately. Kathy says thoughts and prayers are with you. Thank you for Vicky. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. She says hi, Tiffany and friends. Kathleen's here. She says hi, everyone. Kathy's saying hugs and prayers to me. Thank you. Heather's here. She says hey, hey. I finally had to go 200 miles away to find the doctor that could help me. See, Nita, that's the thing. I'm thinking I'm going to end up having to go to Phoenix, if anything, which is like 4 hours away. It's scary they can't find out what's causing this stuff. Hard to breathe and talk or walk. That sucks, Vicky. I'm very sorry for you. Prayers that your husband gets better or they find out what's wrong. Tony's been fighting a migraine for days. Yeah, see, it's not just me, guys. It happens. It just shouldn't be happening the way it's happening, especially for over a month. And I've had long migraines that have lasted forever, but this one's different. This isn't like your regular migraine. Everyone's saying hi. Everyone's saying hi. Send me a private message after you're live and we can chat. Okay, Lynetta, or you can just send me one because I'll probably forget by then. Everyone's still saying hi. Vicky said thank you. Kathleen says I'm trying desperately to quilt the 3-yard quilt. My first attempt at quilting. Throat definitely not big enough. Not sure how you did then going forward. Quilt each block then sew together. Oh, for what I'm going to be doing now is kind of like that. I'm doing Quilt As You Go, but we'll get to that in 2 seconds. We got Michelle here. She says hi, Tiffany and everyone. Hi, Michelle. If you guys didn't know, Michelle's my best friend. She lives in California. We never get to see each other anymore. Jill's here. She says hi, everyone. Kim's got Vicky in her prayers. Yes, Heather, good for Kathleen to know. Try rolling up the quilt to make it work. I find more shoving is more easier than rolling, honestly. When I roll, it seems like I can't get the turning because the roll of the quilt ends up hitting everything, so you can't have anything in your way. That's the only thing I don't like about rolling up a quilt. I kind of just like to shove everything into small spaces. Kathleen's praying. She says her longest was 43 days. Well, I'm about there. I've had longer, but this is not like a normal migraine, like I said. Tiff, could it be your house making you sick? No, it's the valley fever. I'm 100% sure it's elsewhere in my body besides my lungs. Because I also have, I was looking up some other stuff, you know, Googling. If you guys saw in the group, I Googled my symptoms. I just need to quilt more. That was a funny meme. No, I was Googling other things, and I also have really dry skin, and probably from the video you can't see, but I have little red spots everywhere. I got these little like rocks coming out of my face with the dry skin, and it's weird. I can't help but to pick them off, but it's really dry, and they're like little rocks, and I try not to pick them. It's so hard not to pick. Like, they're not pimples though, they're just like, they're not calcium deposits either. They're just like little rocks of nastiness, like some kind of dry skin rashy thing on my face. And I got it when I first found out I had valley fever, and then it stopped, and I haven't had it since until now. So I don't know. I had to go to Raleigh, to Duke, and to Chapel Hill City and University. Teaching hospitals are usually ahead of the curve. Oh, I don't know if we have any teaching hospitals here, and my insurance don't cover me out of state, so, I mean, it does for like emergency room visits. I'd really have to go to emergency room. Food is gross. He wants me to cook and bring him some. We got June here. She says, hi, Tiff and everyone. Kathleen says, both shove and roll. Roll is harder for sure, but thanks, my loveliness. I always appreciate the advice and helps. Tony had a headache for a year and a half before they figured it out. I had a bulging disc in my neck. See, I don't know if it's my neck. They did a CT of my head the last hospital visit, because I told you guys I was in the hospital 2.5 weeks ago. And before, like, I went 2 consecutive, almost in the same week, but over the weekend days. Yeah. So they only did my head though. They didn't look at my neck. I found that if I worked the center out, I could only work with the small space. I could work with the small space. And Nita says from the center out. That's how I do it too. Even with small quilts, I do center out. Keratin deposits, maybe that can happen with dry skin. It clogs pores badly. Okay, that's probably. I was just finding stuff about valley fever causing skin rashes. Emily is here. She says, hi, Tiffany, excited to catch a live. It's kind of funny because I'm saying who's here today, and your name is Emily is here on your thing. It's funny. The little rock sand like bits that come to the surface of your skin happen because of hemostasis and toxins. Okay. Still saying hi. Tony had to have 3-level cervical fusion. We got Ellen here. Hi, Ellen. She says, hi, Tiff. How are you? I've just been explaining it this whole time. Not well, pretty much. I'm trying to be, but I'm not. All right, so let's get to the reason for being here today. Today's video. We're going to make a bag, a Quilt As You Go bag. Now, sometimes my bags just don't turn out very baggy-like. Today we're going to make a regular bag. I went ahead and grabbed out my big scrap bag, which you can see right here. But these are just string scraps, and I only took out my black with gray, or gray on black, or black on black type tones. Black and whites, whites with blacks, and then I took out this guitar fabric that I have because it's super adorable. I probably won't use it all. And then all that I could find of the white on white tones. Why? Because I'm making a black and white bag for my bag. But for the project that we're doing, you will need some string scraps. You will need, I don't know, some fabric scraps that's like a fat quarter or bigger, because we are making a bag and we need the lining of the bag from, say, fat quarter or whatever scraps. This is the scraps from an end of a quilt. As long as it is 8.5 inches or bigger, that is why I'm using that. We also need some cotton batting. The reason why I'm doing cotton batting, because I usually do the cotton poly blends. The reason why I'm doing regular cotton batting today is because with Quilt As You Go, it is really hard to work with the polyester batting. I don't do Quilt As You Go quilts, but I have done Quilt As You Go projects like, okay, now I can't get the word out. Just little projects. The word is not coming to me. Pot holders. Pot holders I've done as Quilt As You Go, and bags now I have done as Quilt As You Go. So you need some leftover batting scraps, okay, as long as it's more than 8.5 inches wide, or 11 inches wide, however you want to look at it. And then a piece of paper to make yourself a template for the bag, which you can reuse over and over and over. Here is my bag template. So simple, right? So this is just one sheet of paper that is 11 inches across. Just pretend that this is here, right here, and this wasn't cut out, by 8.5 inches. This is regular copy paper. I folded it in half to make my template, and then I measured 2 inches at the bottom corner on the open side, not the folded side, on the open side, and then I drew it out, but I actually put it at, I wanted I used a pen to draw it and then cut it out. If you're going to use a pen, then you need to like back the ruler away just a little bit to right after 1 7/8, because the little notch that's right after that, that's a millimeter notch, I think. I'm thinking, yeah, that little notch before, that way the pin has room to sit in it. So yeah, but this is a 2-inch cutout right here, so you can use a sharp pencil and you get the same results. But you need a 2-inch cutout, and then when you open it up, this is what the bag template will look like. It's just one piece of paper. This will help you with the cutting everything out, because we're doing Quilt As You Go. You need to have a template to fall back on. So that's that. So a pile of strings, some batting, some lining, and I'm going to be putting handles on my bag. You don't have to. This can be like a little handheld makeup bag or whatever. I, on the other hand, want to put handles on mine, so I'm going to attach handles to mine. So you need some interfacing for the handles, which I'm just probably going to do out of my lining fabric, and they're going to be attached on the outside of the bag. They're not going to have anything. The only other thing you need is, not that, I put this thing right underneath me, hoping that I'd be able to grab it, is a zipper. So you need an 11-inch zipper, or I think they come in 12-inch or whatever. So I'm going to choose a gray zipper, I guess, because that's what's right here. I put that away. So all you need is a zipper. That's the only other thing. So I got a zipper, some strings. Let's have fun. Oh, and I'm using the walking foot, which I never do, but for video's sake, let's see if I can not get frustrated with the walking foot, because I always seem to get frustrated. All right, let me check the comments real quick before I go any further. Okay, let's see. I saw that one. Okay, I saw where Ellen came in. Everyone's still saying hi. Everyone's still saying hi. Try not to finish at hospital Wednesday early. So I'll be listening. Pray much badly, lady. You're my first love. Okay, Kathleen. Got lots and lots of prayers going out. Hardly ever miss a live. Yeah, for those of you who always say you miss my lives, every Friday, why am I thinking Friday? Every Sunday at 5 p.m., I'm here for So Sunday. 5 p.m. Sunday, and this is Mountain Standard Time, or right now, and then like when the time changes for all you guys. But right now, if it's 5, 6, 7, 8, it would be 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 p.m. in Central, and the same time as 5 p.m. right now in California, or Pacific time. So yeah, just know that that's what it is. And when the time changes, it will be different, because I don't remember if it, whatever. I don't change time here, so I don't remember if you guys are up or down. I always forget what time it is everywhere else. Okay, I saw that. Doing a Quilt As You Go. Oh, Diane's doing a quilt Quilt As You Go. Yeah, I never do Quilt As You Go. I tried and I failed, but I can do little projects. Catherine's here, says hi Tiffany. Lots of buffering tonight. Is it on my end? I hopefully not, because this screen is, but when I went and looked at that screen, it wasn't. Ellen's praying, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Fall moves back. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let me check the screen real quick, making sure everything is good, and it looks good to me. All right, so let's get started. Due to the fact that I am not feeling so well and in the light, I don't want to be on here forever. So, that's so heavy. We're going to shove that out of the way. I really don't, well, maybe I do. We're going to turn the iron on, and we're going to rough cut out my first couple, 2 pieces of batting that I need. We're just going to rough cut this out. So I'm going to lay my template on here, and I'm going to go, oh, that's perfect. I'm just going to cut 2 pieces out that are roughly this size. Like I said, I'm using a cotton batting instead tonight, because usually polyester and Quilt As You Go does not work out too well with the feed dogs unless you're using a backing fabric like the rope Quilt As You Go, but I'm not doing backing fabric because this bag will have a lining. All right, so here's my 2 pieces. I don't need my zipper in my way. For now, I just need to start Quilt As You Going. And if you want, I can zoom in. Do you guys want me to zoom in so that you can see what I'm doing here? I'm also going to be looking for the more shinier side. That's the side I kind of want on the bottom for this project, because that way it's not grabbing the feed dogs. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that you guys can see more of what I'm putting together and how I'm doing it. There we go. That's a good position? Sure, why not? Just remind me in a little bit to zoom back out when we talk. Come on. Sorry for the movement for anybody that's not good with movement. There we go. Just remember, if you are new to my channel, all of my live streams, they're a little wonky. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a centerpiece. And I have this pretty butterfly fabric. And that's going to be my centerpiece on both of my pieces. We're going to do that. And I really don't need that many pieces, but I can trim most of these down. I'll probably use 1 guitar for each, because I like them. They're pretty. Move the rest of that out of the way. Oops, here's the one with music notes on it. That's the one I was looking for. We got some with music notes on it. And I am going to chop this in half. Close it, please. Because I only want string pieces. So we're going to chop this in half so that I can have strings.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Well, they can't see you because you're not close. Hold on, I'm going to check the comments real quick because it's scrolled from all of the moving. Anybody else? No buffering, no buffering, no buffering. People are asking how people are doing. Shirley's here. She says, hello, everyone. Diane's fine. She got a Great Dane puppy. We got Becca here. Hi, Becca. And if you guys know, Becca has a YouTube channel. She can enter her link in here, but I'm pretty sure everybody that's here at this very moment already is a subscriber for So Becca. But for those that are watching this channel after the fact, hi, Robbie. All right. So if I don't get to the comments right away, that's because I don't see all the comments right away. So I'm going to lay my first piece on here, and the fabric kind of sticks to the cotton. I'm going to grab, if I split my guitars in half, I could put one on each side. And that actually sounds like a good idea. I hear a child crying. Alright, we're going to split this in half. That way I can put one on each side, because it's like my whatchamacallit print, my accent print, if that makes any sense. Come on, right there and right there. One on each side. So I'm going to start with putting my fabric right sides together, just like you would any. I'm going to make sure it hangs over on the top, and I'm going to make sure it hangs over on the bottom, although this was roughly cut. And what I'm going to do is move my basket out of the way, because we are going to sew a 1/4 inch seam, just like any time we do this, from the top to the bottom, using the string piece as, oh, and it'd be good if I had a smaller stitch length. And normally I don't use this foot, it sounds like a machine gun. So I'm going to break that. And you can either finger press it, or you can use your little tool, or you can use the iron, because we are using cotton batting. The iron would probably be the better and safer, more flatter thing, but right now, since I'm making a video, it don't really matter. So I'm going to go now on the top of the white, and because I'm quilting as I go, I'm going to go on the top a 1/4 inch away, or the foot away, and then the foot away, and I'm going to quilt this now. Going right on top. So I just quilted this piece down, and now I'm going to quilt this piece down, because that's how I'm doing it.
So like you do.
Alright, so both sides now are sewn down, and I'm just using white thread. Now my other guitar piece, I'm going to put right sides down, and I'm going to put it on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it onto this side of my strip now by turning the whole piece around. And then you can fold it back. You can either finger press, use your wood press, or you can use the iron, which I'm just, because I'm not doing the, I'm not going to move around a bazillion times. I'm not going to worry about the iron right now. Now I'm going to sew on this side, on the top, and then I'm going to come back again, and now I'm going to sew that, and pretty much sewing the seam down from the top side. So this is what I have so far. So it is already quilted, as the title says. We're quilting as you go. Can you please sit right here? Because you're messing with my stuff. Sit right here and talk to people.
No.
Yes, you're going to sit right here.
No, I don't want to talk.
And if I don't catch all the comments, that's because nobody in here knows how to read but me right this very moment. Just wants to think. Becca! Thank you, Becca. You didn't have to do that.
What did she do, Tiff?
She gave me money.
Money!
Yeah, what can we do with $10 pretty much?
I don't know. We need to buy a chair for me to sit on.
You can buy a chair. You have a chair. We don't need to buy another chair.
Yeah, we do.
Just getting water heater, not fun.
Hey, Becca.
Looks like a lot of mods
Next
are
time,
here.
get
Yes,
back
all of you guys are here tonight. That's good. Well, most of you guys. There's probably 1 or 2 missing.
I'm back.
Becca's so sweet. Yes, Becca, you are. Yes, I appreciate it. Definitely, Diane.
Up here.
Hey, stop, stop, stop. That was very sweet. Don't forget to give Tiffany a thumbs up. Thanks, Jim, for the reminder. All right, so let's choose another color. So let's do a white on white. Where's my little music notes? There it is. So I have this white on white with music notes. It's probably going to be really hard for anybody to see, even myself. So I'm just going to lay it on here. We're going to make sure that the white, I have to look at it under the sewing machine light so that you can see the right side of the fabric if you didn't know. Don't touch any of those cords or you're going to get your butt wet.
Back under the spider web.
So I'm going to break that, and then I'm going to take my scissors and cut off the excess that I don't need. Come on, over here, please. You're turning my camera. Alright, so I'm going to finger press this.
Words.
And I'm not like really trying to make this look whatever, but I kind of like that I'm doing it this way. So I'm going to top stitch now. And I'm using like a 2.5 stitch length-ish. You can make yours scrappy and wonky and scrappy, but I'm having fun with this. So now I'm going to take, we're going to do some keyboards. Can you see the theme here? Music. Music and butterflies, my favorite things.
No, butterflies are my favorite.
So this on here. I'm going to finger press. I'm going to use my little wood tool.
Oh, the music. Hey guys, look at this. Watch this car. Good cars here.
Alright, now I'm going to top stitch.
It says use this one.
I did already.
I don't want to do.
It sounds like a machine gun. That's because my walking foot is really loud on this machine. Okay.
Again.
Now let's repeat this on this side. So I'm going to put the music notes on this
Bam,
side.
bam, 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 bam,
Cut that. Shh, I'm talking. Sit on your butt. We're going to turn it around.
I'm just trying to so cool.
Okay, well, I'm going to make you go out to Scotty in a minute if you don't shush.
No, you
Alright, finger press that out, as well as press it with the tool. And then I'm going to top stitch again. So right now you would never know that this is going to be a bag, but as soon as it is, it's going to be really cool. Okay, which one next? Let's choose one of these blacks.
Yes.
Look at, how about these blacks?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this black on black, black on gray.
Yes.
We'll use this big piece.
Yes.
Yes.
Not everybody see it.
Not everybody can see it, no. Okay, so we're going to finger press this back.
Finger press this one. Give me a super like that.
We're going to top stitch. Tell everyone, don't forget your thumbs up.
Don't forget your thumbs up, guys. Don't forget stripers.
What? You're so weird.
Yeah!
Does anybody remember that show, The Darndest Things Kids Say? Alright, let's cut some of this in half so that we can have another piece for the opposite side. Watch your fingers. Move your fingers completely out of the way.
Don't out of the way.
They're out of the way. What did I say?
I'm holding on. Be careful.
Alright, so let's repeat this process on this side. Oops, I want my piece on here like this.
Hey guys,
I think this is going to be a really cool bag, and I have to do this twice. Alright, so I'm going to finger press that back. And as soon as I can, I'll come show you guys this up close once it's finished.
Hey guys, don't forget to follow me. Don't forget your subscribe.
Why don't you tell everyone what you did today instead of being pesty?
I went in the freezing pool.
You went in the freezing cold what?
Pool.
In the pool?
Yeah.
Did you have fun in the pool?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, so far, let's cut this
Guys,
excess
I
off.
didn't like the pool. That was so cool. I just ran outside.
How about this one? This black on gray black? Sure, why not? I'm going to
Some
put
more
this on
black.
this side.
There's some more black.
1/4" seam does not need to be perfect when you're doing something like this, because it really doesn't matter. You're quilting it down right away. Okay, so now I got that on. So let's add 2 more pieces. We'll do some white on white.
What do you think?
Let's finish it off with just a big piece of music notes. So let's make sure that's the right side. Like this.
The music's so nice.
Alright, I'm going to cut the excess
I
off.
really share it if that's nice.
And I'm actually just going to go ahead and turn it around and add this one before I do the quilty part. So you can do table runners this way and pot holders this way, and well, all sorts of different things you can do in this manner with the Quilting As You Go method. Just remember, like I said, the cotton batting is always the best because it doesn't get stuck in the feed dog.
I messed it all up.
And also make sure you cut out your template. Because right now everything is off size, and now I'm going to try to find this end, so I'm going to add another stitch right here towards this end. That's nice and held down. Alright, now to do this side. This music note one was a Timeless Treasures one. Oh, it was so pretty when I did the quote with it. Just a white on white with music notes. Alright, I'm going to add one more stitch a little bit further down. So what you should have looks like this. I'm going to come up to the camera. So what you should have looks like this so far. So it's already quilted, as you can tell. So the lines are already quilted. Now you can see a close-up of the fabrics that I've used, and you can see my white on white.
Goodbye, guys. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.
Pretty cool. Alright, so now let's do the other one. So there's one piece down and out of the way. Let's grab the other one. And we're going to work on this side. So both sides of the bag do not need to be the same size. So I'm just going to make them completely different. So this side I'm going to start it with the guitar fabric. And again, I'm going to look for the more shiny side because I want that side down. Alright, so we're going to put this up because that shinier side is smoother and it goes on the feed dogs better. Just for pointers when it comes to this. And this one I'm going to leave whole like this. And then we're going to choose a different white on white, even though I have tons of these music note ones, but we're going to choose something different. Here's some flowers. Is this long enough? Ooh, that is almost exactly the right size. So we're going to do some flowers on this side. Let's make sure that's right side up somehow. That's it right there. My bag is going to be 2 different sides. It looks really cool. Has to be the same. I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to add this side real quick before I do any top stitching. That way, all I have to do is top stitch all of these. Alright, so now I'm just going to fold them all back, press them. I'm missing lots and lots of comments, I know, and if you highlight them in red by putting @ and then Tiffany's Quilting Life, I'll be able to see them faster, but right now I cannot. using the edge of my foot as the guide along the seam for my quilting. Alright, let's see, what do I add next? Polka dots? Polka dots. Let's split the polka dots in half. Because I'm trying to get as many pieces as I can into these. So let's split this in half. And that'll be like 1 1/8 inch. This half. So it's not going to be very big, but it's going to work. I hate when that happens. The thread gets itself stuck along the foot of the presser foot. So I'm going to finger press this back, use the tool, top stitch. Had to remove a piece of thread stuck right there. Alright. Notice I'm kind of doing the same thing on both sides. I'm not really, like I said, you can make this as scrappy as you want or regular. I'm just having fun with it by doing one piece on each side, kind of equal. Cut this off now. And if your 1/4 inch isn't perfect, that's okay, because nobody's ever going to see inside of a Quilt As You Go. That's probably the one that you'll never see. You leaving?
Bye guys, I'll see you on
You
Tuesday.
gotta come right here. Say bye, everyone.
Bye everyone.
Okay, give me a kiss. I love you, bye. Hug, hug. Okay.
Bye.
Go.
Don't
Pick this up for me, please. Please, please, before you go. Put it over there on your bed. Move your doll, too.
Don't forget
Thank
to
you.
make my
Take the
bed.
ball out.
Don't forget to,
Take the ball out.
if I said, make my bed next week.
Okay.
Of all my stuff. Bye.
Alright, so I'm just top stitching now. Alright, so before I keep sewing more, I'm going to zoom out and read some comments. Oops, that's the wrong way. There we go. Because you guys pretty much know what I'm doing. I have lots of projects sitting around, as you can tell. Like there's an Insomniac project that I haven't finished because I haven't felt like sewing. Just sitting there. So many projects all over this room. Alright, let's find my mouse. Alright, let's see. Oh my, there's so many comments. So many, so many. Alright, saw that, saw that. Where was I? Okay, everyone said hi to Triana. I saw that. Some thumbs up. My thumb is always up for Tiff. I'm butterfly theme. It's just whatever theme. I want to end it. Where did that? Didn't I have more of that butterfly print? I'm like thinking right now while you say that. I guess not. I only had one of those. Oh, that sucks. None of it's on the floor. Okay. We got still saying highs. Still saying highs. Share this video. Already done. You should have seen the face she gave when you told her to be quiet. Yeah, she doesn't ever listen to me on my live streams anymore. She's become one of those brat 5-year-olds that definitely cannot listen when I tell her to do something. It's like she purposely wants everybody to see how mean and bad she can be at times. And then she's a sweet angel when the camera's not running. It's the funniest thing. Making your own fabric. Me too. Pictures hanging. Lucky to have a pool. Yes, she played in the pool. Is making Quilt As You Go. So those that are just joining, I'm making a Quilt As You Go bag. You need some string scraps or whatever scraps you want to use. Some cotton batting. Like I said while I was sewing, because any kind of poly batting blends usually get stuck on the feed dogs when you try to do it this way, unless you're using backing fabric. But to get away from using the backing fabric, I just go ahead and Quilt As You Go with the cotton. So it's just scraps from the bottom of a quilt. That's all I'm using. Just like the lining of the bag is scraps from the bottom of a quilt, and then all my strings are just leftover strings. So, all right, love you. And then a zipper that's at least 11 inches long or longer, because it doesn't really matter. And then a piece of paper that is 11 inches by 8.5 inches. That means you didn't cut your copy paper. You just took a piece of copy paper to make a template. So it's 11 inches by 8.5 inches. Fold it in half. Cut out a 2-inch square down here. And then once you open it up, you make sure you cut your square on the opening side, not on the folded side, or else you just made a mess and you need another piece of paper. So this is my template, so that all I have to do is lay it on here and bam, that's it. And then what else? The zipper I said, the lining of the bag, and then I'm going to make some handles out of the lining for mine, but they're going to be attached to the outer side of this. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm making a Quilt As You Go bag. Hi Beth, welcome. Thank you Teresa for telling everyone hello. I'm back restroom after I posted earlier chopping my hair. Everyone's still saying hi. Did you cut your own pattern first and then sew the top? I just cut off the piece about the size, like you'll see in the beginning of the video, just about the size of my little template here. So obviously there'll be scraps off of this, but I really can care less right now because I'm using scraps to make this, as long as it's about the size of your piece of paper template. So that's why I made sure the batting scraps was at least 11 inches wide. So it's just from the bottom of a quilt, or if you're going to go this way, you know, as long as it's 8.5 inches tall. So as long as you have enough batting scrap for it. Ooh, I like this piece. I think I want to use that. No, this one's better. I have 2 of these. No. See, I'm thinking while I'm going. Oh, I did have another butterfly. Woohoo! I'm gonna split that in half. That'll be my last piece. That was really pretty. Yes, it's gonna be pretty. Hopefully, it's not gonna be a very thick bag either. I'm not making it to be whatever. It's just a little pouch. The bottom, when it's cut out for the feet, it should sit up pretty nice for cutting out 2 inches. Autocorrect. Thank you for the prayers, everyone, helping out. Watch video chopped a few times. I'm reading Tiffy using her batting as back for this bag. Well, it's for the lining. I'm using the batting as the, not the lining, the as the, because I didn't want to use this right here, bag. It's for bags. There's a word for it. Foam. Yeah. See, some things just don't happen. So I just didn't want to use foam lining for it. I figured I'd just make it with some batting. Make a simple little bag. From G-Stash. Oh my goodness. Where am I? Loving watching you do this. Got me geeked up to sew. Well, that's what you guys are supposed to be doing, and it's the same thing I ask actually every week. What are you guys working on? Hi Gwen, you're not late. I'm just still kind of starting. Everyone said bye to tree. Sewing room is dining room table for Kim. It doesn't matter where your sewing room is, as long as you are getting some sewing done. Hi Sylvia. Soft and stable. Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Yeah, let's do that one now. Let's put the butterflies in now. 1 1/4 should be half because this looks like a 2 1/2 inch piece. Oh yeah, look, it is. So 1 1/4. So my butterfly is not going to be noticeable as a butterfly anymore. But I'm going to use it anyway. Why? Because I can. So I'm going to put butterfly on each side. So it's very rare that you guys actually see me make Quilt As You Go projects because I don't really do much Quilt As You Go. Like I said, I only do little projects here and there. And it's mainly stuff just for family. Kind of like get it done type stuff. Just to do something real quick because someone needs something or wants something. Alright, so I'm just pressing this back. Like I said, you can use an iron. I wouldn't if you're using poly, or at least try not to touch your iron to your batting because that's not a pretty sight and that won't work. So I'm just going to quilt on this one. That piece was too thin to do a quilt line on it. So is that one. So we're just going to quilt on the side. So I'm folding them out of the way, pressing them, and then sewing on the next piece. So let's see, that's not long enough. I like this herringbone. I think I want this herringbone and then finish with, hold on. We're going to split this because I want it to be smaller, and that way I can use that black to end it. Alright, 1 1/8 on this one. Alright, so I'm going to put some herringbone fabric on here, and then the black should finish it off. And I'm telling you, this machine's walking foot sounds like a machine gun. It's so annoying. I don't know what it sounds like on the camera. The microphone is probably dulling out the sound. Or I should say the microphone better be dulling out the sound because that's the point of the dumb thing. Alright, so I'm going to finger press that back. Use the little pressing stick to make it super duper flat. Or not use my fingernail at all and use the pressing stick only. And top stitch. I'm top stitching on both the side that I sewed on and the new side that I just sewed on. So like the previous side. So you can top stitch as many top stitch lines as you want, quilting wise. You can sew them all on first and then quilt it. Also, it's an option. I've done that before. Alright, let's see. I really like this. Is that long enough? It should be. Is that going to cover that? Should. Should cover it. Okay, that is the same. So I'm like literally putting the same fabric on both sides. We're going to make sure that this piece goes as far as I need. Yes, it does. All right. So I'm going to sew these two pieces on, and then we'll read some comments and go to the next step. This is so much fun because you really don't have to make sure anything is accurate or correct. You're just sewing. push this back out of the way. And I'm making sure I stretch that seam open really good when I'm pressing it back too, because I want it to lay super flat. And that stitch is going to be too close, so let's just go straight to the black. And then I'm going to stitch one more on here. This one up, do the same exact thing. So I'm just using my fingers, spread it open, or you can finger press, or you can press with the iron, as long as it's laying nice and flat. Or else you'll have lumpy seams, and you don't want that, to where like if it folds over, and I know you guys can't see this, but it can fold over, and it just, yeah, it looks funny. I mean, it happens, but it does look funny, and it helps it. Making sure they're flat helps your project stay nice and flat. Alright, so let me come and show you guys this piece, because this one is super adorable too. So the other side of the bag gonna look like this. So you can see my stitching is just along. Like some of them that was too short to put another stitch along this, so I just went to the next one. As you can see, the stitching is in there, so it's quilted as I went, so it's very cute. Both sides are going to be completely different. All right, move all the scraps out of the way for now, because you never know, maybe I'll make more bags. All right, let's read some comments, and then cut everything out while I'm reading the comments. I gotta scroll back up, give it a minute. All right, saw the sewing room. Okay, I saw that. All right, hi Vivian, welcome. She says hi Tiffany, everyone. Painting front room walls, got ceiling done, and washed the rug. So Vicky's getting stuff done around the house. Marlene's in the process of redesigning her sewing room, but have to wait for her grandson to put some shelves together. That sounds good. I wish I can do more besides what I've done. I really want to get the design wall up, but I haven't. I gotta go to Lowe's and price everything and make sure it's exactly what I want, because I want to put trim around mine, like the Missouri Star Quilt Company's style for their design wall. That's pretty much what I'm going to do, and I want to find a really nice trim, so that looks cool. But I kind of want to paint the wall before I add it, because I told Scott I wanted to paint the room like pastel, or at least one, like a pastel color, like a purple violet color, like a really light violet, just to add some flair to the room. And since purple is my favorite color, but a lighter shade of it, that way I don't lose the lighting in the room, because white walls are actually better. But our walls aren't really white, they're off-white color, so yeah, anything should probably brighten this room up. I started in the living room with 2 filing cabinets and a sheet of plywood. See, I started in the garage, and those of you who've been with me from the beginning, you know I was in the garage in the beginning. Didn't know. We have to watch the replay as well. Okay, Melissa. We'll see you next time. Teresa's almost done with the acorn quilt. Just need to do a border or two. It would be around 95 by 100. Ooh, that's pretty big. People are still saying hi. When my children were little, I sew on the dining room table. See, a lot of people do, and you know, with children, the dining room table is probably the best place to sew, because you can watch the kids play. For those that are younger quilters, you can make sure that your kids aren't getting into anything. Like being secluded in a room like this, you can't see what the kids are doing, and you can only sew when they're in it with you, in the room with you, to make sure that they're not doing anything bad. So, I mean, being at the kitchen table or dining room table or whatever you want to call it allows you to keep an eye on everything they're doing. They don't have to just sit and watch it sew. But yeah, because I I did my bedroom, a foldable table in my bedroom for a while. Some of you probably remember that. And then I did the kitchen table for a while, but I didn't go live from the kitchen table or dining room table, whatever it's called. Hi, Alma. Welcome from Canada. Hi, Brenda. I just finished quilting my granddaughter's 16th birthday quilt, Purple Margaret Loan's Mystery Mixology. Ooh. I'll probably see it if you post it on in the group. Or if you even post it in Margaret Loan's group, I'll see it there too, because I'm in all the groups. Everyone's saying hi. It sounds like a mini Quilted gun to me. Yeah, it definitely is a loud walking foot, let me tell you. Using my walking foot as well, it's certainly letting me know I'm using it. Thunking sounding. Yeah, mine, I don't know why it sounds like a machine gun. The other one is quiet for the brother machine, the walking foot for that. That's so quiet. This one, I don't think they designed this correct. It's, I don't know. The design of it's kind of, I would have chose something different. Just finished Main Street Quilt 2. The Pat Sloan one turned out really nice. All my granddaughters love purple. Yeah, purple's my favorite color. Gwen has 6 or 7 quilts ready to quilt and 2 more ready to sandwich, but now I need to work on new granddaughter's quilt. Vivian says she likes Teresa's channel. Well, don't forget you guys can go check out. So Becca is here. She can put the link to her channel, and then Teresa is here. She has a channel too. You guys can check hers out. She can add a link. The people that are channels like T Quilts is usually when she does come on Sundays. She has a channel too. For those that haven't gone from my page over to see T Quilts, she has a channel as well. She's a moderator here too when she's on. But those are my favorite channels to watch. There's quite a few more, obviously, but they're not moderators and they don't come on my channel, so it's okay. I don't have to mention them. But I do watch a lot of channels. Kim's working on crumb blocks, scraps, and done 13. Doesn't look like I've made a dent in the crumb bucket. Right? Hi, G-Car. Welcome. Gwen, yeah, she's busy, definitely. My husband said that your I don't know, machine sounded like a jackhammer. Kind of sounds like that too, yes. Hi, Mary Jane. Did you get your table runner, Mary Jane? Let me know, because it definitely shipped out last week. Judy, fellow insomniac, MS long armor here. Awesome, welcome, Judy. Yes, having MS, I don't let it run my life, but it's definitely ruining my life right now, but I definitely use quilting as my therapy. Hi, Manny. That's why I'm doing it. Where am I at? Hi, Gloria from Alabama. You sounds like an industrial, but yes, it does. With the walking foot on it, it's horrible. It's just horrible, crazy. Teresa's saying hi to everyone joining. Thank you, Teresa, for saying hi to everyone. Mary Jane did get her table runner. Awesome. You like it? Good. Great, great, great. All right. Let's cut these to the size we need them now. So again, I'm using my paper template. It's a regular sheet of paper, 11 inches by 8.5 inches. It's copy paper. Fold it in half. Cut out 2 inches on the side that folded, that opens, not the folded side that you can't open. From the opening side, cut out 2 inches right here. So you just take a ruler, you draw a line, 2-inch square right here, and then you cut it out. And if you're using a pin, kind of back it away just a little bit so that you still have 2 inches available. It doesn't really matter if it's exact 2 inches, but it kind of works better if both sides are exact. So it's just a piece of paper. Now I'm going to lay it now on top of my wonderful piece here. Look at all this that's going to go to waste, but oh well, it's going to happen. I'm just going to lay it on here nice and straight as best as I can. And I'm going to use my ruler now and move that out of the way before I cut things that I shouldn't be cutting. And I'm going to use my ruler along my template now. Cut all the excess away. And you can pin it on here if you want. I'm just going to hold it in place and turn it nicely. So now I'm just cutting everything away, keeping it all nice and don't move, don't move. Keep it all nice and lined up. Like I said, you could pin it I've seen lots of people use binding clips or something to pin templates on. I'm not really going to bother going to dig all that out. You know me, I try to just, when it comes to making videos, I don't grab all the extras. I just kind of make the video with what I have right here. Alright, so all my extras are cut off at this piece. Now I just need to cut out my little 2-inch notch. So I'm going to line my little ruler up. I'm going to cut in, and then line my little ruler up and cut in. Whatever doesn't cut should come off with a pair of scissors, like this. Look at that, came off. And let's do the other side, making sure everything is staying lined up. It's starting to hurt to lean my neck forward. That muscle relaxer must be not working anymore because, oh, my neck is killing me. Alright, so I got that side cut off. Now to cut this. Don't hit your fingers. That's nicely cut out, and if you got a little piece of thread piece there, just cut that out. Alright, so here's one piece of my bag. That would be the front or the back. It doesn't matter because there's really no front or back. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to find my best area right here without making it too horrible. Just like that, just like that. Now I'm going to cut this side out. I'm just holding my template down, which is my piece of paper, while I move it, lining the ruler up against the sides, turning as I go. Nothing is shifted or moved. And one more side. Notice my hand was holding it down. Line the side up. And then cut out my little notches. You can also just draw them if you don't feel safe cutting with the rotary cutter. Or you can use scissors for the whole thing. I'm just using the rotary cutter because, well, I'm on video and I don't want to take too much time. So without cutting your fingers or cutting too far up. Sometimes it doesn't get all the way. So you just have to take the scissors and get that little corner snipped. Literally, it's just like this tiny, tiny little piece still hooked. Alright, so here's the next side of my bag. It's going to be a very small bag, as you can tell. So now we need to take my lining fabric. And again, this is just the bottom of a quilt. So I'm going to cut out 2 of these as well. Not going to work that way, so I'm just going to rough cut because I also need to cut out my handles that I'm going to be making. And I also need to press this fabric a little with the iron because it's kind of a wonky. Alright, and then for my handles, I'm going to cut off because they're going to go on the outside of the bag. Nothing's in the way, nothing's in the way. Line this on here. And I'm going to cut the ruler's length. Just one strip because I'm going to cut that in half. Oh, that's not going to work. Alright. And then my scraps go over there. The cutter can go there for a minute. And I need to press all this. And I'm not putting any pockets or anything on the inside. This is just a little carrying bag that I'm making. I'm waiting for the iron to heat up, so while that heats up, let's read some more comments. All right. I'm interested in learning about quilting and just bought my first sewing machine. It's the Brother and quilting machine. I need lessons and just found your channel. Well, welcome. What is that, Daniela? Welcome, Daniela. I'm not on I'm not on all the time, but I am here every Sunday for a fact, except for 2 Sundays ago, but I'm always here on Sundays at 5 p.m. So there's other channels here that also teach quilting. There's quite a few people, and they've already put their links that I can see in the description below. So you can check them out also for when you as being a beginner. But I have lots of beginner patterns on my channel. If you go through my videos, there's lots of really simple, easy beginner patterns, and I show you how to sew them together from start to finish, because that's the way I wanted to learn. So I'm pretty sure it works for a lot of beginners out there. So welcome. A lot of great videos to help you out. Good. Thank you for adding that, Teresa. I have a channel as well, getting ready to do prizes. Ooh, Ellen, yeah, I forgot Ellen has a channel too, if you want to check her out. It looks like Teresa put the link in there. What is the name of your channel, Ellen? I have a channel for new quilters as well. So Kathy's Quilts has a channel as well. There's a lot of people who have their own channels, and I also watch their channels. Just be sure you guys can put it in there, and then the moderators can put your link to it. Yes, Tiffany absolutely inspires me to keep motivated and keep things moving. Thank you, Brenda. I will look up your channel, Kathy. Hi, Patricia. She says, hey, Tiffany, everyone. Just having breathing issues, kind of bad at the moment. Trying to watch you to calm down. Aw, I'm so sorry. I can't turn my head that way, so we're both in bad shape. I think we're all in bad shape in one way or another. Ellen, there's a lot of them. Which one? There's a lot of channels here right now, huh? Melissa, hi, right back at you, Michelle. Yeah, Tiffany does keep you going. Unfortunately, I must get up early in the morning. Can't stay awake any longer tonight. I'll catch the replay. Okay, Brenda, we'll see you next time. Everyone's adding things, saying thank you. Okay, so let me press these pieces real quick. It would help if I was to have put some water in my iron, but well, alright, so here's one lining piece. Let's get this piece pressed so that I can cut my handles from it. Actually, I might need a second one. I might just go ahead and cut 2. No, because I'm going to be interfacing them. I'm thinking about it right now as I go, how they're going to end up. So I'm going to stack these on top of each other, and I'm going to cut my linings out at the same exact time, and the lining is cut the same as your piece of paper template for the top. It is also for the bottom. So I'm going to line this up. I don't want the selvage in it, so I'm going to make sure the selvage doesn't get cut into my piece. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Thing is over there. So again, I'm going to turn, if you have a turny table-y thingamabobber, that works too for projects like this. I don't have one, but I'm pretty sure it would be helpful when I do stuff like this. So I'm just lining my ruler up with the edge of my paper. I go with my strings. And if your paper gets moved, just adjust it. Line everything back up again. I should put my little my bucket that's supposed to have the scrap string things I take off. I should be putting that up here, but I didn't. I'm just going to eyeball this without the ruler, see if I can do that just the same. Come on, come on. Oops. Get on there nicely. I'm trying to keep my paper template as straight as possible. Okay. There's that, and now I need to cut down and make my, so there's my 2 lining pieces, my zippers with there where it needs to be. Now to make my strap handles, because I want to make sure that those get put on before I assemble the bag. So, everyone's saying subscribe to that channel. Alright, so how wide is this? It's not quite as wide as I want, so we're going to do 2.5 inch. And get 2 3/4. Get 2 3/4 out of here. I really don't care. That should be good. No, let's just do 2.5. That's a small handle, huh? Let's do 3 inch, and we're gonna do this piece too. So that's just as long. That way that's something to grab, because I still have to add some interfacing to it. So we're going to cut out a 3 inch strip. Let's just start with this side because it is nice and crooked. Alright, so we're going to come in 3 inches. That should be perfect. That'll give me a little handheld strap. So here's 1 3 inch that can go over there. And then we're going to make them the same length as well. So I'm making my strap handles starting with 3 inch if you guys are making the same project as me or want to make it in the future for replay purposes. Cutting 3 inch strips by 15 inches long. And then I'm going to stack these together and I'm going to cut them to be 15 inches long. These are going to be some long little strap handles, but because I'm sewing them and all that other stuff, they're going to sit weird. So definitely want to make sure that they have a handle amount, you know. All right, so now I need to cut a 1. I gotta see how big this is gonna be. It's gonna be 1.5 inches. Yep, 1.5 inch piece. We'll just use some lightweight interfacing. 2 1.5 inch strips off of here. Why? Because it's right here and it's easy to grab. So 2 1.5 inch interfacing pieces, and then I'll just iron them on. 1. And then I'm just using the first thing I grabbed because it's the same. They're all pretty much the same. It's a 931 TD fusible lightweight interfacing from Pellon. Okay, this one is exact. And it's the exact same length I need anyway. And this one needs to be trimmed down because that side was a little bit crooked from the previous bag's cut. That's garbage. Let's put this back in here. So I don't need interfacing for anything else. Oh my goodness, come on, get in the hole. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to fold this in half and I'm going to create, I know you guys can kind of see the iron over here. So I'm going to fold it in half like this, right? And then I'm going to press it exactly in half. So let me do that. So let me show you. So it's folded exactly in half. And then I'm going to come and take one open side and fold it into the middle onto that line, that pressed line, like this. And then I'm going to press it, and then I'm going to take the other side and fold it in to that center. So I will have a weird piece that looks like this. So let me press this one in half now real quick. I'm going to have to stand to do this because it's awkward sitting there, facing the opposite way. So I'm going to fold that in to the center, like that. I'm going to turn it to the other side, fold that in towards the center. Like this. So now I have a piece that looks like this. And then I refold that completely in half, but not before I take and add my interfacing in the center of it. So I'm going to put my interfacing in the center of all those creases. It should go perfectly in there. Oops, I'm used to having that up there. I'm going to fold everything back together now in half. And then fold it in half again. So I'm going to have this like very small little handle, which looks something like this. It's all folded, and then the interfacing is on the inside like that. See? And I went ahead and the selvage is still on that one. Alright, so let's do this one real quick. Fold both sides into the center, creating where I need to mark for my interfacing to lay. A lot of ironing involved in this. Open it up, lay the interfacing down the center of that. Iron it in. Refold it in half again so I have thickness. And I did not load black thread. I have white thread in, but I don't really care. So before I sew this shut, I'm going to open this up, both of these like this, and I'm going to put this end in about 1/2 inch. So like this, and I'm going to make sure that it's about 1/2 inch on both sides equally, because I want both my handles to still be the same exact length. So if you don't know if it's 1/2 inch, take it to the board, your mat or something, and measure it. But I want them both to be exactly the same. I don't want my handles to be laying here weird at all in any way. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm used to where the 1/2 inch is, so that's why I'm doing this by eye. But if you need to measure it with the ironing board or with the measuring device of some sort, with a ruler or your mat, and do that. I'll press it in half, and if you need to put clips on this in this position so that nothing comes out of place, then clip it. Again, I'm just going to fold, open this up, fold that end in about 1/2 inch. As long as both sides are equal, that way both of your pieces lay exactly the same when you go to attach them to your bag. It doesn't really go good when you don't have any water in the iron, and I don't feel like adding it because I'm trying to get this project done without burning my fingies or bending my head, because that's starting to really, really hurt my neck right now. Oy. Alright, refold it in half real quick. Put some as much steam as I can on it. And again, if you have clips, clip it. Alright. Share your projects with us. Yes, and don't forget to join the Facebook. Those of you who haven't joined, there's a group. It's in the description below. There's a link to the Facebook group. And then all the other channels that we follow all have theirs as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here at this edge, and I'm going to sew 1/8 of an inch across the top of this. And then the side that is open, I'm going to seal that first with 1/8 of an inch seam all the way down. Come across this side with 1/8 of an inch seam, and then all the way down this side. And I'm going to do it to both of these. And I'm going to make sure that my little fold is in there good because I don't want it sticking out. It's nicely in there. It's hard to see that 1/8 of an inch, but it's there because I'm using a walking foot. Stitch that way, turn it, and zoom down this side. And if you need to adjust anything, now's the time to do so. There's also links to all my social media in the description below. One more stitch, turn it, one more stitch, turn it, and now shoot down this side. And I just sew right off the edge, and any thread that comes off, I just trim it away. So now I have a handle strap that looks like this. It should be about 14 inches. And obviously I can't count backwards. And look at that. It is pretty much 13 7/8. So the other one better turn out 13 as well. I was a little off with my little 1/2 inch. Oh, and it's going to be exactly the same. Look at that. All right, again, I'm just going to start at the top. So I'm making sure that my little folds are in all the way like they're supposed to be. I don't want nothing sticking out funny on this end. So I make sure that it's nicely folded down in there because sometimes it wants to find its way out. So it's good to just like roll it in a little bit if you can. And I'm going to start with that top outer corner, not the edge that's open, but the top corner. I'm going to sew 1/8 of an inch from there in towards my edge, and then turn and sew down that whole opening. I'm going to make sure that this side is exactly the same. It's kind of pushed in. None of these seam pieces are sticking out funny at all. Everything's hidden inside of there. One more stitch, turn it. I went too far. Right there, turn it. Down 1/8 of an inch. And right off the edge, snip away any excess thread. So let me bring this close to the camera so that you can see. These are the straps now. These are going to be my handles, and I'll show you how to attach them. See, and they're stitched with white stitching, but that's okay. Completely sealed. It's hard to even know what side was the open side and which one's not. Focus. You can see. Anyway, that's done. So now we're going to attach the handles first before I do anything. Why did I put handles on this bag? Because I like handles on little bags. I kind of don't like that whole, I mean, don't get me wrong, the clutch purse is cute, but the ones without it, with any kind of handle, you're just like picking it up. I think it looks kind of weird. All right, so now I'm going to take both my front and my back and one handle for each. Okay, so I'm going to measure down and mark. Do not fall this time. Grabbing myself my little marking tool here. And I am going to make sure that when I put my handle, that you either have both facing the same way. So when you fold it, they're both like this. Okay? And I'm going to come in 3 inches. Let's see. Does that look good? 3 inches in? Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to come in 3 inches and down 2 inches. Mark a line. Come in 3 inches. We're just going to turn this around. 3 inches and down 2 inches. Like that. And make a line. Why does that not look even? 3 inches, 2 inches, 2, 3. That's it, that one. And that one goes right here instead. Okay. So I'm making a mark of my inch line. I'm going to turn this around and do this one too. So 2 inches down from the top, coming in 3 inches, down 2 inches, and I'm not going to see that line. Coming down 1, 2, 3 in, down 2, and I'm not going to see that line either. I don't have a marking tool for that, so this one we're just going to hook on here because I cannot see that line. Kind of see it right there, and I don't see it on that side. Let's see if I can make myself see it better. 1, 2, 3, and right there. Aha, I can see it now. I can see it now. And now what I'm going to do is, before I lose the sight of this one, I'm going to put this on here on both sides like this, and I'm going to stitch it down. This one I can see, so I don't have to worry about doing that like totally right away. This one I cannot see, and I should pin. Pinning is probably good. Let's just throw a single pin in here momentarily to keep that one on its spot. Right there. I'm going to put this one on this side. And I'll make sure I show you guys what we got going on. And now I'm just going to sew a square about 1 inch big. And my back stitch right here. I'm just going to sew myself a nice little square right here. Turn it around. All this stuff is in the way. I'm literally sewing on my stitch lines because these are some tiny little handles. Oops, let's turn it. I need one more stitch that way. Right there. Okay, so now that I'm in the corner, I'm going to take myself up to the other corner. And make a line, and then flip it. You guys will see in a minute. I'll show you what I did before I sew the other one on, because this is just how I like to sew on outer ones. So before I sew this next one, I'm going to show you real quick. Since I don't have a camera right there, what I went and did is I just made a little square first, like that, and then I went across it, up, and across it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this other side. So that way when I attach the bag, that way it's down far enough for the zipper and all that other stuff out of the way. So now let's make sure before I sew it that it didn't move. It is down 2, and it didn't move, it didn't move. Okay, good, everything's still good. Down 2 over 3. So now I'm going to start this one. I'm going to take the pin out as soon as I start stitching it, because I don't want to run the darn thing over. If I can even get it out, there we go. And I'm just stitching on the lines that are already there for the outer side, so it doesn't look horrible, you know. And I'm stitching about 1 inch up. It's not really fully 1 inch, I don't think, but just making a little square. And then I'm Xing my square out. These handles really probably don't need to be this tough, but I'm making them this way anyway. Okay, so I have 2 pieces on, and then I can just fold this out of the way when I attach my zipper and all the things I need to attach. So there's one really, really on there good handle for such a small little bag. So now I'm going to repeat the process on this side. So I'm going to put this on my little line markings like this. I only need to do one at a time. Make myself a little square. Like I said, it's not quite an inch, but it's almost an inch. It's just eyeballing it. Snip away my starter thread. And I'm just sewing my outer part on the line, so it makes it really easy. And then I'm Xing it out. And I'm back stitching on my X's, so they're really prominent since I used white thread. So it's very noticeable. I could have used black thread though. So we're going to come in with this other side now, line it where it needs to go. It's in the center of that line. It doesn't matter which way I started as long as I'm sewing it on here. Stitch more. This is definitely a really easy make here. Just having fun, really. I mean, it's not really completely precise, but you can make it precise and make embellishments that make the bag stand out a little bit more by doing handles on such a little bag. One more stitch that way. Okay, so now I have handles like that, and everything matches up. Look at that, perfect. Handles are the same height. Perfect. Now we're going to fold them out of the way, and we're going to put a pin in them to keep them out of the way for this next part. So I'm just going to fold it out of the way. I'm going to pin it. We'll be able to take this pin out because it's on the front side. When we go to turn this bag, we'll be able to get everything out as needed.
Want me to read for you now?
Yes, you need to go up. Let me try to get it up to where it was before I turn the computer around. The tablet wasn't charged, so that's why we're computering today.
I didn't use the tablet in weeks now.
I know, it's been sitting in the drawer uncharged because of the baby. She was the one that uncharged it. Alright. Hold on, we're going to try to find where I was. Scott's going to read the comments. Okay, I was where Goodnight Brenda. So, all right. The Patricia's comment. And that's where I am. So you can get your chair and whatever. All right, so my pins are holding it. As long as the pin is on the front side, I can get the pin out of the bag. And I shouldn't hurt myself. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of panel. Ooh, I need to add zipper tabs. I want zipper tabs. So those little pieces that I cut out of my corners, I'm going to make into my zipper tabs.
I'll come subscribe to your channel.
No, to someone else's channel, probably. All right, so we're going to start by folding this little 2-inch square in half. And I'm going to press it real quick. I'm going to press both of them real quick because I forgot the zipper tab part. I want zipper tabs on this bag. There's one zipper tab. Here's 2. So my little 2-inch squares are going to be my zipper tabs. How many times can I say zipper tabs in 1 minute?
A lot, I guess.
My goodness. Okay. I am going to go ahead and trim my zipper down now to the same exact size as my project. I'm also going to, I'm just going to do it from the start of the zipper.
Teresa's hoping to go live on Monday, tomorrow.
So I'm going to chop this off right here. I'm going to add the zipper tab to it I'm going to use, so it's folded in half, as you guys can see. The side that's folded is going to be the side that I'm sticking against my zipper. I'm going to line up that end with it. No, I need to line up that end right there. I'm just really sewing this on. I could care less if it's exactly.
Lisa loves the fabric.
I just want an ender, if that makes any sense.
Sarah says she loves making purses, that she makes purses out of upholstery samples.
Ugh, that's not very pretty. And so this way.
Okay, now caught up.
Trim all this off. And my folded end is going to go on this. So this is probably not the way to do zipper tabs properly, but this is the way I'm doing it right now because I totally even forgot that I was going to do zipper tabs. Let's seal this first.
I've used biofreeze before, Jim. It's pretty good. I liked it.
Stay. Okay, so I had to put a stitch across my zipper to start. Alright. And I'll sew this one on. Right at the edge, an 1/8 of an inch away. And sew both sides.
Carol Green says it's very nice.
Alright. My funky little tabs. Let's trim them to be the exact size of my zipper. Like I said, this is probably not the way to do them, but I just wanted to throw some on here real quick. Because I had forgotten that part. All right. I'm going to leave those hanging over. So I'm going to put the zipper right side down with my handle opening at my left hand. You can have your zipper, I don't know, I guess it depends on the side you want your zipper on. I'm just going to put it where it's down at the, doesn't really matter, it's just down at the left hand. I'm centering it, and then I'm going to take my lining fabric and put that right sides down. Right? Yeah, right sides down.
What's the stuff you like, Tiffy? Tiger Balm? Tiffy
Yeah.
likes Tiger Balm.
Never mind, I got these right here.
I can hand you stuff.
No, that's fine.
Those are
This
cute,
is
though.
the time I need my clips, is the zipper.
Show everyone a clip. They're cute.
They know what these clips look like. Everybody has them.
Okay.
It's a sewing room must.
Okay, well, for those of us that are showing up late, what are you making here?
I am making a bag.
Yeah, but what's the QAYG bag?
Quilt As You Go. That
Oh.
is the term that is used quite often. QAYG. Quilt As You Go.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's what I'm saying. For those of us that are just getting here.
Okay, and I'm making it, it's
Learning.
quilted on, this is quilted directly onto the cotton.
Oh, you see?
Fabric.
That's awesome.
And my template is a piece of paper that is 11 inches by 8.5 inches with the folded in half, 2-inch corners cut out from the opening side, not from the folded side or you'll ruin it. And then this is just a piece of copy paper. It gives you a template. That way you can make your bag. Here's my front or back. It doesn't matter. They're both the same. And then I added some handles and I'm adding a zipper now. Let's hope I'm doing it right because I've messed this zipper thing up plenty of times. I'm very horrible with this whole zipper thing. I waste so many zippers because of this problem of mine that I can never remember. But we're going to get it correct today. So, I'm done with this loud, annoying foot. I'm going to change it out because this thing does not fit the long zippers very well. But my other foot does, plus this thing was loud and annoying anyway. And I'm done with all the quilting. So I'll put my 1/4 inch foot back on here because this goes along zippers quite nicely. And it still sews through all these layers that I'm going to have soon quite nicely, because there's not very many layers anyway. All right, now I have my quilt, my quilted purse, front or back, it doesn't matter, right side up, zipper face down with the zip part facing down towards the fabric, towards the this facing down towards this, and my lining facing down also. And I am going to sew a 1/4 inch seam right here. I'm also going to reach in and move my zipper out of the way. Let's move it down, and then we're going to have to move it back up again when I get so far. Making sure that my zipper stays lined up. It just decided to pull itself out of the way real quick. Now I can move the zipper back where it goes momentarily. Line everything back up.
Want me to try and zoom in on you?
No, it's
Machine.
good. It's good. I've been getting up and showing anything on me this show. Alright, so now we should have a piece that looks like this, the zipper. We're going to fold this back like that. Make sure everything is laying nicely, except I don't want my backing in the way, so I'm going to press this down, and then I'm going to top stitch. And this is only going to work with the iron, so I'm going to press everything facing down and then add a top stitch. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Let's get this pressed first, and then I'll move everything out of the way. Come on. Go. Go. It's not wanting to press.
There's a huge delay here. You haven't even gotten up off your desk to go iron yet.
Okay, that's pushed out of the way.
Now you're ironing.
And now for this side. You can use a Hera marker for this, and those, I had questions the other day what a Hera marker is. It is a Dritz Hera marker. It looks like this. It's so, like, say you want to press a seam down, you use the end of it like this and draw it along there, and it really opens it up. And then the other side is for poking corners out. A really good tool to have in your sewing room, for bag making especially. I don't need it for this project though.
I think we talked about it last Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I was asking.
All right, so now I'm going to top stitch. I'm moving my lining out of the way so that I can put a top stitch on here. And I'm going to change that stitch length to a 3. And I'm only top stitching my bag at the zipper. Alright, so now the lining should not have any stitching in it. It's just the bag at the zipper.
Vicky uses crochet hooks for seams and corners.
Those work too. Alright, so now that's stitched. Now let's add the other side. So now,
Hi Kathleen, hi everyone.
as you can see, we have this right side up. We're going to put this right side down. So the zipper is now right side down, and I'm going to line the top of the zipper facing down. So these are right sides together. Like I said, this is the part I always mess up with, so let's hope I'm doing it right. I'm going to center it so both my sides are equal and even. And for now, I'm going to put a clip on it just so that it doesn't move or adjust. And then I'm going to take my lining fabric and put that right sides down on top of that, centering everything together. Everything's together. Now we're going to add some clips.
I'm good, Diane. Thanks for asking. How are you?
My brain does not work like normal with migraine. Let me tell you guys. Whew. Let's hope I get this correct. So
Do you want
now
me to help you with the clips?
that is on there. Again, my purse pieces are right sides together now. So my zipper is lined up at the top of my bag. And then you add your lining piece right sides together with the other lining piece on that. Put some clips. And now sew. And everything's nice and lined up. And I have my little zipper tabs sticking out, but that's okay because I will move them. I'm trying to find where my zipper is. Okay, it's all the way down at that end. So now I'm just sewing my 1/4 inch. And I'm gonna have to move my zipper out of the way right now.
Hi, Kathy.
Get out of the way, get out of the way. All right, zipper is now out of the way. We're gonna line this all back up. Keep everything nice and together. All right, so now, I shouldn't need my clips anymore. Now I'm going to move this out of the way and open this up.
Jim uses knitting needles for corners.
And now I'm gonna press all this first before I sew. We're gonna press this nice
Kathy
and
uses
down.
the purple thing. Is that something?
The purple thing is
Oh,
that too. I have that as well.
okay.
A lot of these tools you guys have mentioned, I have some of them, and the ones that I don't were sent to me by subscribers. All right, so I'm gonna press this right here.
Hi, Pamela.
Press it down at the zipper on my inside, but I'm still gonna move it out of the way. Just want to press it nice and flat real quick because I want everything to lay nice and flat. Okay, so that's pressed, and then this should be nice and flat. Just watch out for your zippers. Some zippers will melt, some zippers will ruin your iron. Okay, everything should look like this now, but I'm going to, again, so that I can top stitch, I'm going to move my backing away for this step because I only want to top stitch the quilted purse top on my top stitch. So I'm just going to make sure that it's nicely pulled out of the way, everything's out of the way, and I'm just going to stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the zipper. And I'll come up to the camera in 2 seconds and show you where we're at and what it should look like at this point. So right now at this point, remember I'm still pinned down so that stays out of the way for now while I'm putting this bag together. So now if it's open like this, you have a zipper like this, so you can open your bag, and then both your lining pieces should be facing out towards you. Okay, and then they either are separated like this and like this, and you can see my top stitch did not go through my lining, and I did that on purpose because of the way I'm sewing this bag together. So right now
Tony asked,
it
why
looks
don't
like
you
this.
top stitch the lining?
Because I don't want it top stitched at this point, because I do not want that fold that you'll get here on the sides, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So now we're going to separate the 2 pieces of lining right sides together and the top together like this. So you're going to separate it. You got your right sides together, hooked together lining pieces, and then you got your top, your outer side of the bag pieces on this side. And what we're going to do is we're going to start pinning this together. And I guess I did need some clips still. Yeah, I'm gonna clip together. We're going to put some clips around the top of this bag first, holding everything nice and still. Everything's nice and together. And then I'm going to come to where the bag is together right here, and I am going to flip my seam where my zipper is facing down. So I'm going to pinch it together right here. That way it sucks in when I go to poke the bag out. And now I'm going to put my lining pieces with some clips right here. I'm going to pin all the way around, or clip all the way around, same thing. And then again, I'm going to pinch this together facing the lining. I want it to go downward. Let's see if I can get that pin on there. And I'm not going to trim that piece off for another minute. We're just going to leave those pieces sticking out there. Everything's nice and lined up. And now I'm going to be stitching all the way around this except for an opening in the lining. I'm going to leave, because this is a quilted bag and I didn't use anything thick, I'm just going to leave a hand space. So I'm going to come in about 1.5 inches on both of these sides, but I'm still going to leave a hand space of room to pull my bag out or berth the bag. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to sew about like 3/8 of an inch on here all the way around, and then I'm going to do 1/4 inch on the bag itself. So I'm going to come to right here, and then I'm going to change my stitch length to about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do 3/8 of an inch here and about 1/4 inch on the outer side of this, and then I'm going to sew all the way around this part, coming back to here. Then from my 1/2 inch here, I'm going to switch back to 1/4 inch here. I'm going to switch back to 3/8 of an inch all the way around the rest of the way on this. So I'm going to start right here at the bottom. My handles are still down. I got everything together. Yep, I'm good. So I'm going to take my first pin off, and I'm going to be sewing a bigger seam allowance on the bag lining, and I'm only doing that on purpose because there's going to be a thickness to this, so this needs to be able to sit in it nicely. So I'm just going to back stitch, and it should have a tighter stitch length than that. I'm going to get right here, so right off the edge, come up to this side. Again, I'm coming up to where my zipper, oops, make sure your zipper is open. I forgot to say that. Or else you're not going to be able to turn the bag. It's going to be very hard to do. I'm going to reach in here and open the zipper mostly.
See, at least they're learning as we go.
I have a lot of mistakes, guys. It's a good thing I realized I was doing that because I felt the zipper end right there. Okay, again, I'm going to smallen my stitch length now to 1/4 inch. Put it there, come around to this side. Come over to this side. Again, I'm going 1/4 inch on this, and I'm doing 3/8 of an inch on the outer side. Move that pin out of the way, make sure everything is folded nicely. I'm making my stitch length bigger as I come into this. So I'm right off coming to here, and then I'm going to make my little thing right here. Put my hand to fit in. Okay, so I have my hand opening available. But before I do any turning to this bag, we're going to box it. So you're going to start by opening these side seams up here, like this. Roll it out nicely. I'm going to open these sides, and I'm going to make one go one way, one go the other. And it should lay nice and flat in your hand. You can clip it if you need it to be clipped, like so. And then you're going to sew the 3/8 of an inch on this. And I back stitch a lot in my bags, a lot of back stitching and sealing up my bags. Always at the seams mainly, for those that are curious. At the ends and at the seams. So there's one corner boxed. We're going to come over to this one. We're going to open it up like this. We're going to make this seam go this way, this seam go this way. Everything's nice and flat. I'm going to put a pin or a clip right there. Put this on here, back stitch. Back stitch, keep continuing on, and back stitch. Alright, so there's my inner side of the bag. Now let's do the outer side of the bag. To get your corners out better, you can reach your hand in your hole. See, my hand went into my lining hole, and then you could just separate it with your fingers. but it works from the outside because this is just a little bag. Again, I'm gonna flip them opposite ways of each other so that my seam allowance stays down. I'm gonna clip it. We're gonna come over to this other one. It's quite easy to do. Just open it up, push one seam one way, one seam the other, and which way do I have it going? Good. Making sure I have it going the same way so that it lays nice and flat. I'm gonna lay this on here. We're gonna sew a 1/4 inch seam with some back stitch. Alright, let's sew this last corner, or box corner, whatever you want to call it. 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so all my corners are now boxed. The last thing we have left to do is birth the bag. So I'm going to grab, my hand is inside the bag. I'm just going to use my other hand to push it into my hand. I'm going to use my other hand to push it into my hand. And we're going to pull it out the hole. And that's why I back stitched, so it's easy to pull it out of the hole. Remember, you do have pins in holding your handles down. I'm going to pull this out. Get out. I'm going to pull my pin out so I don't poke myself because now it's visible. My other pin is not visible yet, but I can feel it with my fingy. There it is, poking me a little bit. Pull that out. And now everything should be out. So I'm going to reach my hand in now and push my little corners out of the outside of the bag on both sides. This is such a cute little bag already. I could tell, but I haven't even finished it. This is the cutest little thing. Alright, my hand is inside the bag now and I'm just pushing out corners. I got my little zipper corner here pushed out. I should have made my zipper tabs bigger, but I didn't. That's okay. As long as I push it all out right here in this corner, my zipper is going to stick up on both sides. We're going to open the zipper all the way.
That is a cute little bag, I gotta admit, honey.
My little lining's in there really nicely.
What's the picture there on the side? Is that butter?
Butterflies on one side,
Yeah.
guitars on the other.
I like it. I like
So
the
here's my
butterflies.
little bag. The last thing we have to do, remember there's no pockets or anything because this is such a small little bag. I figured the piece of paper bag is the best bag ever because this is the cutest little take out with you bag because it has the handles. You throw your cell phone in it because this is big enough to fit cell phones. You can throw, if you have an inhaler, carry your inhaler with you. Put it in your bag. If you have a little tiny little card wallet, which we can make another video, a card wallet, put that in here and bam, you got a bag. So the last thing we gotta do, pull that lining out and we're going to...
Lisa says, haha, the hubs just asked if I was watching that Tiffany girl again. He heard her sewing.
Now the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to stitch this closed right here so that my opening is going to get stitched closed. And because this is my bag, we are going to put a tag in it, a made, let's find one that says made in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, Mary Jane, did you get your table running?
She got it. She loves
Okay,
it.
well she just jumped up
So I'm
there
going
and
to
she
put a little
said,
made
so
in a
cute.
galaxy far, far away tag in it, as well as a created by Tiffany tag because... yeah, I'm trying not to use those completely up because this is all I have of these tags, and I forgot where I can get more. I know I can get the Made in the Galaxy ones far, far away from Mormino, but...
well, one of your subscribers sent them to you, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna sent them to me. And the Made by Tiffany, I don't know where I can get these, but anyway, okay, so I'm gonna press this real quick so it lays down nice and flat, making it easier for my tags.
They're all saying it's so cute.
Just wait, I'll hold it up.
And it's so pretty. And
I'll hold it up to the camera in just a minute. Let me...
love it.
This
Everyone's
is the
liking
cutest
it.
little bag. And it's made with the Quilt As You Go method. So I'm going to have white stitching in here, which normally I wouldn't do. I would be using black thread, but we're going to put my little tags in here. Come on, stay nice. And with my bottoms of the bag, I sew from the folded corner to folded corner, not just the opening. I think it looks more cleaner that way when it's inside the bag. So I'm going to start by putting my thread down 1/8 of an inch away right here. And then I'm going to put my little Galaxy Far, Far Away in here first. Come on, get in the hole. And then we'll put my little Made by Tiffany tag in here too. Why? Because I want both my tags in there. Because this is my little bag.
Yes, that is cute. You should use it.
Well, yeah, because now I don't have to carry just my cell phone and the wallet Teresa made me. I can use this with the wallet Teresa made me. Alright, so now I'm just going to sew across here.
And yes, Teresa, she uses that wallet a lot.
Yes, I use the bag you made me, Teresa, all the time. The little wallet you made me with my initials embroidered into it. That's my everyday bag. It fits my cell phone. It's the weirdest thing. I'm putting a little back stitch at the tag, just in case it gets pulled. Just a tiny little quick back stitch. And off to the other side. Back stitch. Bam. My tags are in it. Bag is done. Let's slide these in here. And it fits so perfectly because I took away that 1/4 inch that I needed to take away. It zips just fine. I should have my tabs a little bit bigger on the end, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me because it's my bag.
They're saying beautiful and cute and
Let me
very
bring
nice.
this up so you guys can see. Nice and close and in person. My cute little bag. Look at this thing. Isn't this just adorable? You can't even tell that they were combined together, the colors with the black and white endings on each side. It works perfect. It's perfect handle size. Look at that. I could just hold it in my hand and swing it back and forth. And it's got butterflies on one side. They're shaped funny. Okay, hold on. I'm almost off. And then my guitar's on the other side, but there's still some half-cut butterfly fabric in there. And then my music notes are in there. They're white on white, so in person they're probably better to see.
They're just saying it's adorable.
And then
totally
let's open
digging
it so you guys can see. This is so simple to make. There's the inside lining. I mean, you could have added a slipped pocket if you wanted to this, you know. You can see my little tags in there. Isn't this just the adorablest? Let me give you guys a measurement of this thing.
They're saying adorable.
From
too
using a
cute,
piece of
it's
paper,
adorable.
It comes out with a bottom that's 4 inches because we cut those 3-inch things. So the 4-inch bottom, which is perfect because it helps, because I didn't use a ton of batting and I didn't use anything else. It stays. This is a pretty, it's good. It's
Kathleen
good.
says, I love the way the
So it
butterflies are
stays.
setting.
The top comes out, so that opening
Great detail.
is coming out at about 10 inches at the top. And then my little handles are just hand size. And then the bag itself is from the bottom to the bottom about 7 inches. So there's my little bag. And remember, I cut my handles at 15 inches and then I folded the inside so they were about 14 or 13 and 7/8 is what they came out as. So they're like perfect. And then I used a piece of paper.
Says, I love the guitar.
I used a piece of paper as my guide. Fold it in half. Again, this is just regular copy paper, 11 inches by 8.5. Fold it in half. Cut the 2 inches out at the bottom. We wanted a big opening at the bottom because we wanted this because we are making it with cotton backing or cotton batting. You know, it's not very thick. This stuff is only, I don't think it's 1/8 of an inch thick. This is very, very thin stuff. But we use this as the Quilts As You Go part for the bag. You know, and then and this is all just scraps that I used. Then I used the lining was made. Everything is cut from this piece, you know. So the lining is made from the bottom of another quilt. This is actually the backing of my A Girl's Best Friend diamond quilt.
Yes.
This is the backing from it.
I didn't know what the name of the quilt was,
Yeah.
but I know.
And then obviously this was the bottom of that leftover batting, and then a 12-inch zipper-ish. The zipper tabs could have been cut bigger, but I really don't care. It's my bag, so it's for me. And it's the perfect size. Isn't this adorable? This is just like the cutest little bag. And I put a gray zipper on it so it contrasts all the black and white. Yeah. Anyway, does anybody have any questions? Any questions about how I did anything here? Obviously, I show you guys the directions of how to put it together. And I got the zipper part right this time instead of screwing it up. Pass me that bag right there.
To go to dinner.
Just grab that little bag and throw it to me.
What little bag?
That little bag right there on the shelf on top of the polka dotted.
Oh, this thingy?
Yes, just throw it to me. So I made this bag a while back, and this is a Quilt As You Go project, but this doesn't have handles. And this is a smaller bottom, you know, and this is really, really densely, heavily quilted. It sits nice, but it's not very big when it comes to the bottom, and you just put makeup in it and hold it like this. I like the idea of putting something in the bag and still being able to hand hold it. And these handles are, these things are on here. You
Yes,
guys
I like
saw
the
how I
handles.
sewed them on. So I think
I
the
like the
handles
handles.
complete the look for this style as opposed to doing it without. I mean, this is perfect for pencils and pins and colored pencils and markers and stuff, or makeup if you guys wear makeup. I don't, so. But you know, these kind of bags are okay for that. This is the same thing, it's okay for that, but now it has a handle.
Jim's gonna have to make one for his sister. She collects
Yeah.
purses.
So that's
And
what
Pam
I've done
says
before.
I love it.
I love this. This thing is so adorable. My mom's probably going to see this and go, I want it, because my mom loves guitars. So do I. I love music, period. So, isn't this adorable? I love it.
Patricia says it's so cute. She loves it.
Okay, so yeah. There's my little tutorial for Sew Sunday. How long am I on?
I can't tell you.
And since I roughly cut everything, this is all my scraps
The
from
computer's
sewing with batting.
not cooperating. It says 45 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's that, guys.
It also says you have 67 people watching, no matter how it hasn't changed in the whole time I've been here.
Oh.
People have been coming on
Anyway.
and leaving and saying goodnight, and
Well, that's
So-
it. Today's Sew Sunday project. So
the computer's a
if
little
you guys
messed
want
up.
to watch it later on a replay and get your guys self a piece of paper and some batting and some scraps and stuff and
Okay.
put yourself a little bag together.
2 hours and 13 minutes.
Okay, good.
You got 82 people watching.
All right. So if you guys want to do that and rewatch the video, it is here for later. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below after the video has posted permanently. If you have any questions now, ask them, because I'm going to get myself out of here and I'm going to go take a muscle relaxer, massage my neck, and lay back down. Oh, I got it done in one sitting, and I think I'm going to make a ton of these because these are adorable. I have plenty more batting left, so I think I can make a couple more, and they're just so cute. I'm just going to change the size of my zipper tabs. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, since nothing's coming in, Scotty didn't say there's questions. I don't have any.
Everybody's
answers
just
for
saying have a good night.
non-questions.
It's beautiful. They
guys
thank
for
you. They
hanging
love
out
it.
and got my little purse.
Have a great movie night. Good night. See
Bye,
you
everybody. Love you. Thank you for
on
joining
Wednesday.
for my Sew Sunday on the 20th, making my little Quilt As You Go bag. Bye.
They're all saying thank you and good night. A whole bunch of those
You
are
can press
coming in.
X.